So here we are again at Waters by Klaus, having some further discussions regarding our fish company and the different things that we're involved with in the 3D printing genre that we're getting deeply, deeply vested into. Here we have a picture, or actually not a picture, but actually a specimen. This is a freeze-dried snapping turtle. And we scanned that all in. We actually purchased this from a person, and then we printed it. This is what we call a test print. You can see it right here of the original. And the reason for a test print is we come and look at all the detail and search it over, look at it to make sure that everything is the way we would like it to be before we go to the full-scale printing. We do have an order on this particular snapping turtle right now. The guy wants a 24-inch shell on it, so this is going to become much bigger. It's going to be about that big. We'll print it larger in size than the original model was here. But this is a good example, one of many that I can show, of how the size reduction or size increase works in the 3D printing world. We have this being the original size, and if somebody calls and orders this particular turtle, we can make it that big, literally, like a newly hatched turtle, or we can make it, whatever size you want. Another feature that is part of the 3D world, if you were to ask me to print this in reverse, I could reverse it so that the head, rather than looking to its right, would be looking to its left. I could actually extend this foot forward. I could do a variety of different things to it. If we have to get into retooling or remodeling it on a file, then we have to charge for that. But it is doable. That is the awesome thing about this whole thing. If you say, boy, it'd be nice if that tail were straight, I could straighten it out for you if that's what you want. There would be a charge for that, but we can customize this thing and pose it basically in any shape or form that you would want. Here's a greatly, greatly reduced little blue catfish, but what I wanted the folks to see is the amount of detail that's in the musculature of the fish. And that's something we can do with our 3D scanning and capturing all that. And it's very, very difficult to do in the old traditional ways of preparing a specimen for replication. Now, an interesting thing here is that these are 3D scanned whiskers. And this is an example of what we call R&D. As you can see on the bottom here, these whiskers broke off. Now we have developed a brand new, I shouldn't say we have developed, we have researched and found a material that is very, very rigid, but yet offers flexibility. I can take these two tines and actually touch them to one another. That same catfish with printed fins or printed whiskers out of this material will allow those whiskers to basically bend anywhere as you want them to and not break off of the model. So we are now printing this same fish in this size with that material, and we are pretty confident that that will not break off of there. And so on some of our daintier, smaller items where there are appendages, small detail parts, we can take and make that model using this flexible resin and achieve the look, but yet achieve a certain ability of that model to withstand movement or, breaking off and shipping, that kind of thing. So we got this guy right here. This fish was originally scanned in. It was a 36-inch blue catfish. So we made him into just a little mud puppy here. Now we got the same exact fish over here turned into a large, this happened to be a state record blue catfish that was caught. And from the original scanning of the 36-inch model that we had, we made some additional changes to it that would emphasize maturity in the fish that wasn't there in the 36-inch fish. So we took our reference work out and we made some changes and so forth, and we came up with this what we call a full adult mature blue catfish. Whiskers aren't attached at this point, but this thing has an incredible amount of detail, paints up beautifully, fins, everything are just great on it. And with the whiskers attached, you get this fish, basically all you do is paint a primer on it, put a set of eyes in it, and you're ready to rock and roll. There's nothing else to do, no fins to attach, no grinding, no sanding, no nothing. This thing is ready to go forward into the painting stage of the reproduction. That's what we like so much about this. So we take this fish here. Here's the same thing, but in a miniature scale, and we can do basically anything in between. I can again reverse this so that this entire thing is printed the other way. So instead of the tail going back to the fish's right, we could make it so that the tail comes out to the fish's left. This is a S-curve, a soft S-curve pose. We could change fin positions. We could do whatever you wanted to do to it. If you had a specific look that you're trying to get, or we can change the length, we can change the girth. There's just kind of no end to what we can do. And I really want people to understand that freedom that's there in the 3D printed reproduction world. Now, we will be coming out with more models on a blue catfish, so this isn't the only pose that you'll get. We'll have probably as much as 5 or 6 different poses, but we have an infinite volume of sizes. There's no longer a size issue where you have to say, oh boy, I've got a client and he's got a 46-inch blue catfish. Have you got one? No, I don't, but I'll make you one exactly that size. It's that simple. It's simply loading up the file into the computer and instructing it to print it that size. And that's what we end up doing. So I just wanted folks to really understand how this all comes together and the freedom that we have to really customize the fish reproduction world and get you these kinds of things that everybody wants. Where the response out there has been incredible to this. We've got so many people calling and saying, I'm looking all over, I can't find anybody that has one of these. Do you guys have that? And in many instances we do, or we have a specimen in the freezer that we can dig out and we can take care of that.